What's up, guys? Welcome back to today's video. Oklahoma business highlight today with Keontae from Harvey Nicole. And yeah, Harvey Nicole's a clothing and kind of arts brand, right, that you guys are developing over the last couple of years.
So it's really funny that the lead designer for us is a guy that I've known for some time, and he designs these t-shirts. He's done it for a while. He's a designer at Eskimo Joe's Clothes, so he's always had a passion for design, and he's an artist as well. He's Native American in descent.
Yeah.
And so he would design these shirts and hand them out to his friends around town. And every time I would wear his shirt, someone would always ask, "Where did you get that?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, my guy makes them. I don't know how to explain it, but the guy makes them." So a couple of months ago, I really went at him hard, man. We need to do something because your designs are too good. Mm-hmm. Too many people ask me about your shirts when I wear them. Let's start something. So I just kind of took it upon myself and started this website. And it basically started with me just taking snippets from his Instagram account, where he just displayed, his artwork, his designs. He paints. He's an incredible artist. And so that's where it started, and it's just kind of taken off. Yeah. We're in, I think, 11 stores right now, and we're going to Dallas Market this month. And we've gotten a really good reception, and it's just been really crazy. So yeah. It's just kind of nuts.
It is really cool. Like, and the Instagrams, it's Harvey Nicole.
It's Harvey Nicole, as well as the Facebook.
Definitely check that out because the designs are really cool. And I know like there's a lot of Oklahoma T-shirts and designs, and like most of the stores that we all know of, like the All Plus Clothings and the Blue Sevens and stuff like that. Like this is a huge market to be a part of. Right?
Yeah.
And the designs, like, they are really, really cool.
Well, he separates himself because, so he's a total artist. Like, he is one of those guys that he doesn't want to deal with marketing. He doesn't want to deal with sales. He's like, you go do that. I'm just going to do the art, And he sells, on his own to his friends and families and stuff. He does that as well. But like, as far as the mass part of it, he's just a true artist, and he pulls his inspiration from his native heritage. He's Pawnee Indian, and he's actually from Pawnee. And he pulls a lot of his inspiration from that, from the landscape of Oklahoma, from the wildlife of Oklahoma. But he doesn't pay a lot of attention to a lot of other artists. So you don't get that's duplication.
It's authentic.
Yeah, it's just him, his design, what he sees and what he feels.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I think that it's taken off so well, because it's uniquely Nathan. Yeah.
That's really cool. And like I said, he's been doing this for a long time. This
14, 15 years, man. And he's got a catalog of stuff we haven't even dove into yet. I mean, I've got stuff that he's done that we haven't even brought out yet because we don't want to flood the market. But I mean, it's never ending.
Yeah. So you're based in Stillwater, and like I said, like, we're meeting down here because you've had meetings all day, or kind of getting into some stores, and obviously the goal is to take this to every Oklahoman living outside the state, right?
And so you start to think about saturating the market. Like, at some point, if it grows the way we hope, at some point there aren't going to be very many corners of Oklahoma you can go into.
Yeah.
So we are already thinking next. So our focus, our line is what we kind of envision is, a Midwestern feel, because that's who we are, that's what we identify with. And to that point, we've picked up another artist, a guy named Jack Fowler. Okay. He's a local artist that has murals downtown in Bricktown. He's very popular. I happened to run into him by happenstance.
Yeah.
And so we've picked him up. He's incredible. And we've also picked up another artist, Rebecca Rutledge, who does jewelry.
Oh, great.
So we're going to add that to the line, too. Yeah. So we're going to be like just an American fashion line, culture, fashion. And Jack's deal is not necessarily Oklahoma. It's more of American pop culture.
Gotcha.
So he deals in a lot of a Midwestern feel, but also, your Martin Luther Kings, your Malcolm X's, your Woody Guthridge. He really has a feel for just how America's, when the pop culture really started. Kind of like the 50s, 60s moving forward. That's kind of his field.
Yeah.
And so, so we've got a lot of things in the works.
That's really cool because you
Yeah.
have such a diverse crowd of potential clients, right?
Yeah.
Everybody from the Indian heritage background all the way to, like I said, all this pop culture stuff and like jewelry and the paintings are
Yes.
amazing. I was looking on the website; the paintings are so good.
It's crazy. And then
Yeah.
when I start putting Jack stuff on there, you're going to be even more
Yeah.
amazed. He's incredible in his own right.
Right.
Totally different than Nathan, but just equally as astonishing when you see the work.
Yeah, that's really cool. What about like you and your background and obviously you driving this business, right?
Yeah, so I'm from Oklahoma City. I went to a private high school here in Edmond, OCS, Oklahoma Christian Schools. And then I went to Oklahoma State, and I played basketball at Oklahoma State. So that's where a lot of people recognize my name. Played basketball at Oklahoma State, got a degree in marketing, and just I've always had a passion for creating something that puts people on a platform to be seen. So like I've dabbled in art as a kid, you know, I've drawn and I've done that kind of thing. I've created some things, but I'm not necessarily an artist. I'm more of a guy who sees a person doing something that I think is really good. Like I saw Nathan's artwork, I'm like, man, that's incredible. Let's get it out there. Yeah. That's me. I'm kind of I don't know how you would
putting it in front of the attention that it deserves.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Because I see it and I know how incredible it is.
Yeah.
So let's get it out there for the masses to see. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I'm kind of like in the grand scheme of things, like I tell Nathan and Jack all the time, you guys are the engine. You know, I'm just kind of politely pulling the steering wheel a direction, you know.
Yeah, because like you said, they're artists. They don't want to go knock on doors.
Right.
And, hey, can we, how can we get in your store? And they don't want to deal with that, right?
And it's tough too. When you're going to these stores, I had no knowledge of the business.
Yeah.
I would just walk into a store with my backpack on with t-shirts in my backpack, say, hey, who buys your shirts? Yeah. And just that simple. Just kind of from going store to store to store, figuring out the process, how it works, what they need to see, and going from there.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's been super exciting.
It's crazy. It's really fun. It's really exciting. The most incredible thing is when you're out somewhere in Tulsa, Oklahoma City, and you're just hanging out doing your thing, and somebody walks by wearing your shirt.
Yeah,
it's like, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. And like only you know, right?
Yeah.
Like, they don't know you.
Yeah, and it's like that's one of our shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Man, this is super exciting. Like just to see, the design, and then obviously now get to know more about who's behind them, and then with Jack's work coming along, and the jewelry stuff that you have coming as well. Like it's, like I said, as a driver of this machine, like this is going to be a super exciting phase.
Yeah, and we've never had an idea where it was going to go. We were just like, let's put it out there. See what happens. We may get 3 followers, we may get 300,000. Yeah. We don't know. We certainly didn't expect it to grow as quickly as it has. Yeah. And it's, in fact, in some cases, grown too fast where I'm not even able to keep up with the orders. Yeah. And so I've had a few unhappy customers, but of course, total refund. In fact, sometimes I give more than what they gave me just to make sure they're happy. But it's a growing process and a pain in a lot of cases. But the sky's the limit, and we're just kind of just floating along on a cloud right now.
Awesome. Well, I mean that's great. Like such a highlight of everything. The business is growing fast, and it's such a cool brand for people to dive in, because I'm sure that there's like pieces on the website that like people may not like, but they tie to this. They might, like that's such a diverse thing to do, and looking at it, it's really cool.
And that's a really good point. I think when we first started, I had no idea what people liked. I didn't know what would catch someone's attention, what would turn someone off. And I think where I stopped trying to figure it out is when I started to realize my style of what catches my eye doesn't necessarily catch everyone else's eye. And people will buy shirts that you don't think they'll buy. Yeah. Like Nathan will put out a shirt and I'll be like, it's okay. I'm going to put it out there because he made it.
Right.
Put it on the website and it goes nuts. Yeah. And people are buying it like crazy. So I stopped trying to figure it out. Everyone has a particular eye. Yeah. And every little thing catches someone differently, And in fact, I've had people who go through what they call a line sheet, what you show a store, and they'll go through it and skip over the stuff that I think is hot and pick some other stuff. And then 2 or 3 weeks later, they'll hit you on social like, hey, let me see this shirt. I just saw this shirt. Somebody wearing this. This is awesome. Like, well, I showed you that shirt earlier. You passed over it. So
when they see someone else wearing it, it's just like, oh, actually, that looks really good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, like I said, it's been a pleasure to share the story.
This is awesome. Yeah.
It's a pleasure to hear a lot more about it. I'm excited to see you guys grow and just be a part of you. Watching you from afar, just to see this engine grow. Like, it's gonna be amazing.
I hope so.
Great things. Yeah. How can people follow you? How can they see you?
So you can find us on Instagram it's at It's Harvey Nicole, and it's the same thing on Facebook at It's Harvey Nicole, and that's HARVEYNICOLE. And then you can catch us at our website, harveynicole.com.
Awesome. Thanks for checking in, guys.
Yeah.
Check them out.